we had some other news from the Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler recently sat down with the Players Tribune. And when he was asked who he thinks is the most unstoppable player in the NBA, he said it's James Harden. And what he said exactly is, hey, the guy is averaging 39.5 points in the streets. That's 40. And that's James Harden. I mean, he's a lefty. You want a mid-range pull-up. You want a floater. You want a layup. You want a dunk. You want a free throw. He's legendary for his step back. So our resident James Harden enthusiast and analyst, I'm going to start with Max Kellerman. Is he the most unstoppable player in the NBA?
No. I'm talking about strictly offensively. LeBron's more unstoppable. Know why? Because when it matters most, Harden stopped.
I knew you was going to make a playoffs argument. This has nothing to do with playoffs.
Yeah, it does.
Who's just most unstoppable as far
when
as
it counts or when it doesn't count? Like, isn't it when it can?
No
like,
scenario, just skills. Who's most unstoppable?
But you have to apply the skills to games. And when it matters most, this dude stops himself. That is, you can't be the most, you know who the most unstoppable player of all time was? It's not close. Michael Jordan, because when the pressure was on, he's already the most, he got better. James Harden is offensively impossible to deal with unless you get to the point where it matters most. Then you can rely on him to mess it up. That's a battle he has with himself. He's going to have to get that fixed before I say he's the most unstoppable.
LeBron James is a better offensive player because of the multitude of dimensions that he brings to the offensive side of the basketball in terms of making other people better, controlling tempo, things of that nature. But James Harden is easily the most unstoppable offensive player in the NBA. He cannot be guarded. And, oh, by the way, the indictment with LeBron, James Harden comparisons, you look no further than the free throw line. 68% LeBron, 86% for James Harden. And, oh, by the way, James Harden gets to the free throw line about 11, even though LeBron should get to the free throw line. They ain't giving him enough calls. He's right about that. They do need to give LeBron more calls. But I'm talking about strictly in terms of one-on-one, unstoppable offensive player. James Harden cannot be guarded.
Against the Warriors on the road, they have a chance to steal the game. Harden dribbles the ball out of bounds, misses the three, looks for the foul.
Here and there.
Hold on. You know what LeBron did against the 73-win team with the fate of the universe on the line, on the free throw line, hurting his hand, iced the free throw that iced the game.
I'm telling you, throughout his career, LeBron James has struggled for the free throw line. I think it's an Achilles heel. He's not as reliable offensively in terms of putting the ball in the hole.
Unless it matters most, and then you can't rely on Harden.
James Harden's got to be better, but you act like it's a choke job, and it's not a choke job. Sometimes he makes, sometimes he misses. But he cannot be guarded.
It's called when you never make it when they need you most.
Too many offensive weapons. Too many offensive weapons. I mean, too much of an offensive repertoire. James Harden is unreal. Unreal.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching First Take. We'll be back tomorrow, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Before I eat my turkey.
Double.
Lay off those bagels.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.